The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, Pharrell.
What's happening? This sounds like the world famous Mrs. Yeet.
Yes,
am I right?
How are you?
I'm excited, man.
Your new album is called Girl, and you know I love that because obviously it's an ode to women. You say that women are the reason that everything happens.
100%.
And there was some controversy, though, over the cover. They were saying, oh, he doesn't have any black girls on the cover, and people were going off on Twitter. How do you respond to that?
They wanted you to put Lupita from 12 Years a Slave on the cover.
By the way, who you can ask, and I told her 2 weeks ago, at an Oscars luncheon, I told her her skin was flawless. I just love her skin, by the way.
Yeah, she's bad.
But, my God. And
your skin is flawless, by the way, too, Pharrell.
No.
Pause and all that good stuff, but, you got great skin. Now, continue on.
No, well, her skin is flawless. But, what really disappointed me is that, man, they jumped the gun because the one I'm standing the closest to is black. And she's a black girl from, Wisconsin that, I used to date, over 10 years ago, or like 12 years ago. And that just must suck, man, for people to just look at something and to assume that they know what's going on. And if they just bothered to listen to my album, they would know that my album was an ode to women, period. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I'm trying to kill, well, I can't kill anything, but the one thing I was just trying to help and aid in changing is this crazy statuesque standard of you got to be white, waif, and thin for you to be beautiful. And my next record is called Marilyn Monroe, and the chorus is not even Marilyn Monroe, who Cleopatra please, not even Joan of Arc. That don't mean nothing to me. I just want a different girl. So that means no matter what color you are, what size you are, what you're into, your sexual orientation, I respect you as a woman because I know without you, none of us would be here. But unfortunately, they looked at the cover. They didn't see what they felt like what I don't know what the definition is. I mean, that she's light-skinned black woman, but I mean, what is this conversation? So is our president not black? I mean, is Lenny Kravitz not one of our greatest rock? What are we talking about? And is Lisa Bonet in or out? What are we talking about? And I'm not mad because I understand. I understand that plight. My dad is a dark-skinned man. I understand that. I know what that is all day long. Have I lived it specifically? Yeah, I'm a black man. Mm-hmm. What about, when they just reported that I was like the first, I've been the first black person to go number one on pop radio since Rihanna.
Wow.
But then you're going to shoot at me. What do you mean? I'm going to turn 41 in April. Of course I'm doing this first. What are you talking about, man? My mom is a black woman that is a part of a huge part of my business. My business is run by another black woman, and I'm married to a black woman. What are you talking about?
Pharrell, you know what you got to do. For your Marilyn Monroe video, you got to get Gabourey Sidibe to be the lead girl.
Oh, stop it.
You got to have a romantic scene with Gabourey Sidibe, and they'll leave you alone.
I refuse. You know what I'm saying? Why? I refuse. I mean, listen, because my thing is about women, period. Mm-hmm. And the thing is there's such a bigger statement that I'm making in the album that relates to all women, and that's what I think. That's how I think we bring everyone together is when we respect the female species across the board. And I'm not telling you that my album don't have no slick, perverse things in there, because that's what I do sometimes. I like sweat, I like curves, I like eyes, beauty, body, and all that stuff. But there are some real, true keystone points about how I feel about women as it pertains to humanity and the social imbalance, how they don't get paid as much as men do, right. How, we need more Sheryl Sandbergs in the world, or how, these legislators are trying to tell women what they can and can't do with their body, when meanwhile these same people are the beneficiaries to a woman, not a man, but a woman agreeing to have them. But you're going to tell them when they can and can't do it. Just bothers me because they missing the point. They saw that and they jumped the gun. And, man, it must suck to be that black woman that's on my cover right now because she's black.
And it is refreshing, I have to say, to have somebody, just vocally praising women, because I feel like that doesn't really happen a lot, especially not up here with Charlamagne.
You crazy.
Yeah.
Always praise women.
And the crazy thing is when they find out that she is black, then what? Then we're arguing amongst ourselves within color. Because
right.
then the argument's going to be, is she
She's
brown
too light
enough?
skinned.
But then my question to you is, are y'all asking me, do I have an Indian person on the cover? Why aren't you asking me about a Pakistani person
exactly.
on the cover, or a Middle Eastern person on the cover? I just, man, what are we talking about, man? We're making huge strides here. Let's unify, dude. Because honestly, if you know anything about me, if you've seen any of my videos, you know any of the girls I've ever dated, you know I like them all. You know, you would know that.
I don't care about black or white. I care about pink.
Oh, my God. Charlamagne.
Okay.
Hey, Pharrell, you got to come to the Breakfast Club next time you're in town, man.
Man, I will. And you know what? I thank you guys so much for asking me that question. I don't know. I'm not sure what prompted it, but thank you because, and by the way, the other thing that I have to say is it's not perfect. You're going to find flaws. You want to know why? Because I'm a human being. But I hope at the end of the day, when it all boils away, what's at the bottom of the pot is y'all see my intention. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying thank you, man. I'm going on 41, and they asked me to make this album. I wasn't going to do it. I just was going to stick to my, NERD chord, regional, and just continue producing and, do scoring, and that was it. But all of a sudden, it's these guys came out of nowhere and asked me to make a record, and I knew instantly who I wanted to make it about, and those are the people who have taken care of me for the last 20 years, the women.
To hear our full interview with Pharrell Williams, tune into The Breakfast Club tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. You got to check your local listings because we on a whole bunch of stations right now because we nationally syndicated.
The Breakfast Club.